Hello yogis, it's time to do some yoga. Unroll your mat, grab some props if you'd like to use them. I'll give you a few seconds to grab those things and I'll see you right back here. Hello again. Before we get started today, if you enjoy doing these videos with me, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. That helps me out and helps out my channel. Let's start today in a seated position in star pose, a yin yoga stretch. Almost like Baddha Konasana, but not quite. We're getting into the joint in this particular stretch versus working the muscles, right? The soles of the feet come together, the knees drop out, and unlike Baddha Konasana where the heels really slide in closer to the hips, we're sliding out a little bit more. So you can bring the feet out even wider, but just avoid bringing them in too close. You should feel the stretch in the hip itself, in the hip joint. Come forward, round down. Let your hands rest on the tops of your feet. Soften the head down. And while you're here, if it's reasonable for you to do so, just close the eyes. Please remember, of course, to modify your practice today as it makes sense. This particular stretch as a yin yoga stretch is designed to be done while the body is still cold. So that's a good benefit of doing this. You can do yin stretches at any particular time. You do not have to be warmed up to do them. Let's hold for another 2 or 3 deep breaths. Releasing out, walk the hands in as we leave the darkness of the fold. We lift our head, soften the shoulders back, and just take a moment, tilt your head up toward the sky. And if your eyes are closed, start to open them up. Right, just kind of metaphorically opening up toward the sky, toward the sun, toward the light. One more breath. Let your head return to neutral, hands to the knees, fold the knees in, drop the hands back behind you, sweep your knees off to the right, sit tall, turn your head to the left and hold. Full breath in, full breath out. Come back to center, drop your knees to the left, sit tall, look to the right. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back to center. Keep the hands back behind you, either the palms flat or you can stay up on fingertips. Roll back ever so slightly off your tailbone, which you should be just about there now. Lift your feet, keep the knees bending, modified Navasana boat. Chest up, soften the shoulders back, and fire up the belly. Maybe fire up your ujjayi. One more breath. Let your feet return to the mat. Slide the legs out. Keep your left leg extending out, bend the right knee, Ardha Matsyendrasana, step the right foot outside the left leg. Chest up, twist right, hold. Breathe in, hold, breathing out. Return center, grab a brief counter stretch, go left. Return to center, release the right leg, switch it up. Bend the left knee, step the left foot over. Wrap the right arm, twist left, hold. Sit tall, breathing in. Squeezing out as you exhale. Come back to center, brief counter stretch, go right. Return to the middle and unwrap both legs. Come on to hands and knees. Let's take it right back to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift the hips up and back. Feel free, of course, in your first down dog to walk out the feet. Stretch out the legs. And big inhale, lift the heels up. Big exhale, sink the heels down. Listen carefully, put a soft bend in the knees and walk your hands halfway back to your feet, coming into a short down dog. Taking down dog with a twist, slide your right hand to the outside of the lower left leg. If it's reasonable to do so, reach your hand closer toward the left ankle, but only if that's reasonable to do. Put a little bend in the right elbow. Shine your heart through the left side. Hold for another deep breath. Return your right hand to the right side and go the other way. Left hand to the lower right leg. Slide the hand down if there's room to do so. Little bend in the left elbow. Shine the heart through the right side. One more breath. Return your left hand to the left side. Listen carefully. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Roll up slow to stand. Press down as you come up. Head up last, soften the shoulders, standing tall. Vrikshasana tree pose. Shift your weight to the right leg, turn the left toes out. Bring the prayer to the heart and step your left foot inside the right leg, avoiding the knee. Palms together, gaze soft past the nose, press down, grow a little taller through the crown of the head, then sweep the arms high. Separate your hands, drop the shoulders. Right, growing a little bit taller toward the sun. Even though we're putting down roots in the earth, we're lifting, we're lengthening and holding for one more breath. Bring the prayer again to the heart, lower the left leg, switch sides, shift your weight, turn the right toes out, step the right foot in, avoid the left knee. Tailbone down, chest up, hips level. With your next inhale, float the arms high, separate the hands. Relax the shoulders, but keep the arms strong. Lifting up toward the sun. One more breath. Return the prayer to the heart, lower the right leg. From Samastitihi, back of the mat, keeping your feet about hip width distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms around, Urdhva Hastasana, look up. Exhale, dive over the legs, down dog, walk your hands out. With your next big inhale, bring it forward to plank, chaturanga or drop the knees. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Return to down dog. Look forward through the hands, step or hop your feet to the front. Lift your chest on the inhale. Then exhale, round it down, bringing your feet together. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring the prayer to the heart. Shift your weight to the right leg. Standing figure four. Bring your left ankle above the right knee. Soften the shoulders back. Look past the nose. One more breath. Listen carefully. We'll go right into warrior two. Lift the left leg straight back. Heel down. Come up. Reach the arms out to the side. Look over the right middle finger. One more breath. We'll reverse the warrior, sweeping the right arm back. Lower both hands to the inside of the right foot. Take Skandasana, go to the left as you bend the left knee. Stretch the right leg, one breath. We'll take a brief lizard pose at the front of the mat. As you walk it around, keep both hands inside the right foot. Walk the right foot over, chest up and hold. Breathe in. Hold, breathe out. Down dog, press back. Big inhale, take it forward to plank. Chaturanga or modify. Inhale, open the heart, gazing up. Down dog, press back. Hold, breathing in. Hold, breathing out. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, right foot outside the right hand. Step your left foot outside the left hand. Take a brief squat, bend the knees. You can keep the hands down, chest up. Forward fold, hips up, head down, heel toe, both feet all the way back together. Chair pose, Utkatasana, float the arms up. Prayer to the heart, standing figure four. Shift your weight to the left leg, right ankle, bring it up above the left knee. One breath. Sending it back to warrior two. Right leg back, heel down, arms out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Reverse warrior, sweep the left arm over. Hands to the inside of the left foot. Skandasana, side lunge, travel to the right, one breath. Lizard pose at the front. Bring it around, walk the hands to the inside of the left foot. Walk the left foot over a little bit, chest up, breathe in. Hold, breathing out. Down dog, press back. With your next inhale, roll it forward to your plank. Chaturanga, halfway. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more breath. Inhaling, lift the left leg. Exhaling, left foot outside the left hand. Right foot outside the right hand. Malasana, bend the knees deep. Palms together. Feel free to come halfway down or even stack a block under the sit bones if you choose. Let's hold for another deep breath. We'll forward fold, hands down, sit bones up, heel toe the feet all the way back together. Adding on to our sequence, Utkatasana, sit deep, arms up. Prayer to the heart, standing figure four, left ankle comes up. One breath. Brief warrior three. Keep the prayer together, left leg back. One breath. Warrior two, step back, heel down, shoot the arms out. One breath. Reverse the warrior, sweep the right arm over. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Reach out, block if you want to use it. Float the left leg up, left arm high. Putting down roots, but again, lifting up toward the sky. And when you can, shift your gaze left, Maybe peek up toward the sky. One more breath. Transition through standing split. Lower the left hand, forehead to the front shin. One breath. Then lower both hands to the inside of the right foot. Chest up, Skandasana. Send the left foot back. Heel down. Travel left. Stretch the right leg. One breath. We'll take a wide-legged fold for one breath. Center it out. Hips up. Parallel the feet. Hang over the legs. Any variation, but just one breath. Head down, sit bones up. Inhale. Let the head reach down as you exhale. Press through the hands, lift the chest. Lizard pose, walk your hands around to the inside of the right foot. Walk it over. Back knee lifted or lowered. Chest up, breathe in. Hold, breathing out. Down dog split. Sweep the right leg all the way up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Hold for a breath. Listen carefully. Level the hips, low lunge. Bring your foot through the hands. Parsvottanasana, turn the back heel down and straighten the front leg. Level the hips, blocks under the hands if you want to use them. One breath. Low lunge, bend the right knee. Vashisthasana, side plank. Drop your left hand down. Stack the right leg on top. Face the right side of the room and lift the right arm high. You can modify if you choose. Lower the bottom knee. Look up if you can. Grow taller. One more inhale as you reach. Plank as you exhale. Bring it back to downward facing dog. Put a little bend in the knees, look forward. Step or hop your feet to the front. Chest up on the inhale. Exhale, drop the head down. Feet together, second side, Utkatasana chair. Prayer to the heart, shift your weight left. Standing figure 4, right ankle comes up, one breath. Brief warrior 3, reach the right leg back, fly forward, one breath. Warrior 2, step back, heel down, reach out, one breath. Reverse warrior, sweep the left arm over. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, reach out, block under the left hand if you choose. Lift the right leg, lift the right arm. Again, put down roots, starting in the earth and lifting. Come up. Look up when you can. Reach for the sky. Look toward the sun. One more breath. Standing split briefly. Right hand down. Forehead to the front shin. One breath. Both hands to the inside of the left foot, Skandasana. Right foot down, heel to the mat. Walk it over, stretch the left leg, one breath. Come up to center, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged fold. Any variation you choose. One breath, head down, hips high. Breathe in. Hold, breathe out. Hands to the mat, chest up. Lizard pose to the front, pivot, walk the hands around to the inside of the left foot. Back knee up, back knee down, whatever you choose. Chest up, one more breath. Down dog split, sweep the left leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Hold, one more breath. Level the hips, low lunge, step through. Parsvottanasana, turn the back heel, 45-degree angle and straighten the left leg. Lengthen, breathe in, head down. Hold, breathing out. Return to low lunge as you bend the left knee. Vashisthasana, side plank. Now we face the left side of the room. Drop your right hand down. Stack the left leg on top. Modify any way that you choose. Press down, lift, look up when you can, and let's hold for another full breath. Lower back to center plank, and let's meet in downward facing dog. When you return to down dog, this time take a brief child's pose, knees down, toes together. You can reach arms forward or back. If your arms are reaching forward, maybe flip both palms up toward the sky in an open gesture of receiving. And even while we are turned in again toward the earth with the palms up, it's an open gesture also to receiving light. Let's hold for another deep breath. Come up onto hands and knees. Bring the knees in a little bit. Virasana, have a seat on your heels. Feel free to slide a block or rolled up blanket between the heels or sitting on a bolster or something. If that feels better on the knees, you can even slide a thinly folded blanket behind the knees if you choose. If you're good to go here, separate the feet. Keep your knees reasonably close together. Separate your feet so your sit bones more easily reach the mat. Sit tall, start walking the hands back. Feel free, of course, to take this wherever is reasonable for you. So if you're going for it, if you have the room to do so, walk the hands back and maybe one elbow at a time, one hand at a time, lower back. Let the crown of the head lower down. And if you're working into this deeper than I am today, if your upper back, right, the backs of your shoulders are flush with the mat, you can reach the arms overhead, taking your hands to opposite elbows. And let's hold for another deep breath or so. And letting go once again, one elbow at a time, one hand at a time. Take your time coming up. Up, 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 come off your heels, sweep the feet around front, setting up Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Shimmy out the legs to get the blood rushing through again. Maybe shimmy the hips forward so the sit bones more easily find the mat. Chest up, inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, come forward, grab your feet. Hold on to toes, heels, use a strap or belt if you need. And hold for another deep breath or two. And walk your hands in, returning upright. Let's bend the left knee and drop the left knee out. Janu Shirshasana, sit tall, the right leg is extending out, slide the hands out, reach for the right foot. Lengthen, hold for another full breath in, full breath out. Walk the hands back in again, return upright, switch the legs, straighten the left leg out, bring the right foot to the inner left thigh. Sit tall, walk your hands out, reach for the left foot, lengthen, hold, breathing in, hold, breathing out. Walk your hands in, returning upright once again. Bend up at the knees, then roll back onto your mat. Keep the knees bending as you roll back. And slide the heels in a little bit, head back on the mat. Reverse figure four, take your right ankle above the left knee, hug the left leg in. Flex your feet. You can always grab behind the left leg or on top below the knee. Soften the shoulders and hold. Keep your right foot exactly where it is. Let go of your hands. Bring your left foot back on the mat. Drop both arms out to the sides like airplane wings. Now drop your legs to the left side. So your right foot is almost on the floor. Maybe it is actually touching the floor, and your right knee is just about pointing up. If it feels good to do so, turn your head to the right and hold. Breathe in. Hold as you breathe out. Keep your right foot exactly where it is, above the left knee. Come back to center, go to the right. So now both knees are pointing toward the right. Either look up or look to your left and hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Coming back to center, return your right foot on the mat. Switch sides, take your left ankle above the right knee and hug the right leg in. Either grabbing behind the right leg or on top below the knee. Flex your feet and hold. One more breath. Keeping your left ankle glued where it is, release the grip, right foot on the mat, arms out like airplane wings. Drop your legs toward the right so your left foot is on or close to the floor. Try looking left if you can and hold. Come back through center, bring both knees to your left, either looking up or try looking to your right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to center, return your left foot on the floor, hug both knees in. This time, try rocking up and down along the spine, right? Up and down. Use your breath for momentum. It'll be a big inhale, returning you all the way up. Extend the legs out. I'm going to do this facing you. Upavishta Konasana. Separate your feet wide as is reasonable. If you find that your low back rounds here, take a blanket, sit on the blanket. A bolster or a block would be too high, but a blanket would be just right if you need to have a little height. Right? You can bring your feet a little closer together. If you need to, you can also separate your feet wider apart. Make sure the toes at the very least are pointing up or back. This is an external hip rotator, so the toes, we want to make sure they're not turning in, right? So sit tall, If you happen to have lots of space, you're loosey-goosey here, well done. You can grab onto your big toes, come forward, and lower all the way toward the mat, right? Torso down, head down. Another option, you can just take the hands behind you, sit tall, relax the chin, lean in a little. Or somewhere in between, you can just take your hands out front, lower your elbows down, or I like to grab a block because it just feels good for support under my head. So you can do the same. You can even take a bolster on top of the block, angled, if that works for you, and then your hands lower on opposite sides of your prop. And just keeping the head down. And let's give it another 2 or 3 deep breaths. All right, this time of year in the winter time, we really like working the large muscle groups. So hip openers, leg stretches are a chunk of what we do because we get the whole body fired up by firing up these muscle groups. And especially when the weather is cold, we want to get fired up. Take another deep breath. Let's return all the way upright. Slowly come up, up, up. Move any props toward the side. Shuffle the feet back together. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Bend up at your knees. Roll down onto your backs. Feel free if you'd like to take a brief inversion, like a shoulder stand here, or headstand if that's in your practice. You can also stay on your back and bring the feet together, knees out for Supta Baddha Konasana, Yogi's Choice. Let's take another 2 or 3 deep breaths. One more. Slowly release out. Take your counter stretch. Fish pose Matsyasana is after your shoulder stand. Balasana, child's pose, is after Shirashasana, your headstand. And if you're in the hip stretch, fold the knees in. Windshield wiper the knees, twist, and we'll hold for another deep breath or so. Releasing out of your counter stretch, return all the way onto your backs. Setting up Shavasana, maybe roll up a blanket behind the knees or slide a bolster behind the knees to release the low back a little more. You can cover yourself with a blanket or put on a sweater to avoid getting too chilly in Shavasana. Let the feet separate a little bit, drop the arms out, turning your palms up to the sky. Close your eyes. Letting go of any Ujjayi breath, just letting the body return to its natural rhythms of soft breaths in, soft breaths out. Just letting go and embracing a few moments of stillness while letting the body feel nice and light. Feel free to remain here for as long as you have time for today. Let the body recharge. Let the body restore. Otherwise, I will leave you here today. Thank you again for sharing your practice with me. Until we meet again on the mat, namaste